when everything feels out of control and you feel like it's just easy to say, what's the point? And swipe your card for that momentary high. But what if I told you that how we use our money right now, can either deepen the hurt or begin to heal it? Let's talk about why chasing quick happiness with spending doesn't really fix the pain at all, and 5 smarter choices that you can make instead. Hi, I'm Monica, and I started this channel to help younger versions of myself get out of debt and prepare for retirement and just have an enjoyable life because of it. I wrote a book called Girls Just Want to Have Funds, available on Amazon in 2023, and it is 4 simple steps to financial freedom. I'd love for you to buy it, but I'm going to help you learn from what I learned and why it's making me getting ready to face a great retirement right now, and I want to share that. But right now in the country, things are sad, and this goes back and forth. There's a lot of bad news going on right now, and you can probably say that at any time and point, if you listen to enough news, no matter when you listen to this video. But we're going to talk about 5 points that when you want to swipe your card because things are either going bad in your personal life or they're going bad in the country, so you think, you want to get that dopamine hit, why we shouldn't. And here we go, let's start. Number 1, the dopamine trap. Spending feels like relief. When you spend and you buy and you purchase something you may just want, you may think you want it just that day. Sometimes I get on Amazon and I'm like, oh, I didn't even know I needed that. And I get it. And so it gives you that dopamine release. But what happens is that fades, and then comes regret, guilt, depending on how big the purchase was and if you can afford it, and stuff that sets in and lasts a lot longer than the dopamine rush. That's why even drug addicts have to get that next rush and they're chasing that next big high. Same thing with people that are addicted to spending. And remember, I'm a mental health nurse practitioner. I want to be your financial therapist, but a lot of things around money they're surrounded with mental health issues, things that we're not even aware of about our past. So think about that the next time you're tempted to swipe. Like, should I really do this? Try to slow down and think about it, even if it's a $10 purchase. Just really think if it's going to make you feel better for very long. They say that even buying a new car and the new car smell doesn't last very long, so just don't do it. That's my advice. Number 2, emotional spending. You get some short-term comfort, but then you get some long-term stress. So even though we're talking in number 1, that dopamine release after you swiped and you get your thing, especially if you get it quick. And Amazon can deliver in an hour in some cities. But there's temporary purchases, and they can distract you if you're feeling grief, fear, anger, or just uneasiness about the world situation or your own situation. But they don't address what's really hurting. And once that dopamine wears off again, you might feel worse, not just emotionally, but financially. So have a plan for when the emotions are high and you might spend money. And part of that is number 3, knowing your triggers. So when you do it and you are kicking yourself because you did some emotional spending, instead of, especially if you can't return it and get your money back, instead of kicking yourself, try to think, why did I do that? Was I hungry and I'm trying to diet? Was it doom spending because I feel the world is going to hell in a handbag and I might as well get something? I'm not going to live to retirement anyway. I'm not going to have Social Security when I get there. What were you thinking? And try to really understand what you're thinking. Keep a journal or a log if you need to. The next time you get to feeling that way, if you've thought it out, you might realize what your triggers are. And instead of gobbling up news, if you know news triggers you, you might be able to do something else instead. And you're going to feel a lot better afterwards. So number 4, we're going to replace it with something instead of swiping and buying. We're going to replace it with a healthier way to cope. Now for you, It can mean a lot of different things. Are you an exerciser? If you go to the gym, will that keep you from just buying something you don't need to buy, or wrecking your financial bills because you have this time, but you go burn it off instead, and then you're pooped and you say that was so much better? Going for a walk out in nature, if you have walking trails near you. I think where I live, a lot of people don't enjoy the trail that we have, and it's beautiful and very stress relieving. What about calling a trusted friend who knows that she knows that you're doing this kind of stuff, and she knows, like, I need help. I need you to help me. I need you to walk me through this. Just listen to me. Let me vent instead of me going online and buying something, or me going to the store shopping. Please help me. And especially if you check it out before you're emotionally stressed, then that person's going to know when you call, oh yeah, we set this up. She must be wanting to buy something, or which is going to stress her in the long haul. I love journaling because that way I can remember what my triggers are and why I did something. And another thing that I've done that's been very helpful for me is I throw tons of stuff in my Amazon cart and save it for later. And then I try to look on Saturday morning to go through, but many times I don't. And unless it's a hair care product that I'm almost out of and I need to replenish, many times I don't go back and I don't buy it. So I have probably, 1,000 saved for later items. Yes, you might say I'm addicted to Amazon, but that's one way to get around just buying it, just clicking now. So there's healthier ways to cope, and we should all look at it. Number 5, use money to build stability and healing, not just escape. How do you do that? Even during crises, there's small financial steps that you can make. You have an emergency fund. You pay off a little bit of debt. You save even 1% more. It goes somewhere before you even say it. Before you even see it in your check, if you get a raise, throw it over there. Cutting one unnecessary expense. These moves give you momentum and get you to want to do more. Stewardship of money in crisis is an act of courage. And I don't want you to forget that. I may be hurting, but I do believe in tomorrow. And that's what we all have to do right now. As bad as it may seem for you right now, personally, or with what's going on in the government, or for what is going on just in our society at large, it doesn't deny the pain, but having hope for tomorrow, it points us to hope. And so I hope that you can use these pieces of advice. And if you like more, click subscribe, click like, and share this with somebody else that might help. Have a great day.